What up, cucks? It's your boy, the hater. And as promised, here's a nice reaction video to something that's making the rounds on the internet. That's right, none other than the DLC trailer for Elden Ring. Now, all of you that know that I beat Elden Ring, but I think it's an overrated shit game. Just kidding, not a shit game. In hindsight, it's pretty good, but it's definitely overrated. So let's see what this DLC has to offer. Cucks. Let's go.
Peggy 16.
All right.
Mikula the Kind spoke of the beginning.
Did she? Did she really? Fucking hell.
The seduction and the betrayal.
Okay.
An affair from which gold arose.
Hold up. What the fuck does that even mean? An affair from which gold arose. This is the problem that I have with this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look at this picture and it's pretty nice, right? Like, it shows something that's clearly artistic, but they start talking about Michaela did this and Michaela did that, an affair from which gold arose. This game, as I've been saying the entire time that I played it, is nobody cares about the storyline of this game. Nobody really understands it. You have to go watch like 2-3 hour documentaries on YouTube to understand what's going on. Let's just get to the gameplay for all that I care about. I know it's a story trailer, but I'm hoping that there's some story being told through some gameplay, because this game has no story. Anyways, let's continue. I don't want to get too angry in this first reaction video of mine, cucks.
And so too was Shadow born.
I'm sorry. So she had an affair that led to gold, which I guess is a parable or a metaphor for sunlight, and then the shadow is born. But gold and shadows don't go together. Anyways, and again, I don't want to get too nitty-gritty here, but this is one of those games, right? And therefore the DLC is going to have that same mentality of like, this is like so esoteric that only very intelligent people understand it. And that's like 95% of what's wrong with not just video games, but with art in general. And when I say art, I mean like movies and stuff. I'm not talking about paintings and all that other crap. But anyways, let's continue.
What followed was a war unseen.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
One that could never be put to song.
Yeah.
A purge without grace or honor. The tyranny of Mesmer's flame.
All right, let's ignore Mesmer's flame, which is something that nobody should ever care about. I'm going to say this. For what this is, right? This is a DLC. You know, it's like essentially an expansion, right? Because it's like a big DLC, apparently. And it's a story trailer, so I get it. But considering what this is pretty high production, right? Like, I don't think I've ever seen like a DLC look this, you know, well produced. I don't want to say badass yet, because you know, it was looking pretty good, and then they start talking about Mesmer's flame or whatever the hell that was. But you know, there's promise here, motherfuckers. There's some promise here. All right. This castle, like in the game, it's a tree, I guess. Erdtree. By the way, what the fuck is an Erdtree? It's just a fucking tree. Oh, the Erdtree. Oh, the giant of fire. Like, shut your mouth, man. Just say it like it is, cuck. So far, I'm impressed.
And so kindly Mikula would abandon everything. His golden flesh, his blinding strength, even his fate. But we are not deterred.
Whose faith? They talk about it like we know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like nobody understood what the hell happened in the first game. I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not going to go out there and play a game and start reading the lore. You know, it's like, oh, you found like, you know, the thumb of like Egilatus. And it's like, you're like, what the fuck is that, right? And then if you read it on your inventory, there's like 3 paragraphs written about this ridiculous item, right? And that's how you piece the story together in these games. You read different descriptions of items and you put it all together. Like, okay, that's fantastic and everything. And that's a pretty good storytelling medium if you want to tell, you know, side stories, right? But I should be able to understand just by watching the game what the hell is happening, right? I'll just very quickly say this. In the real game, in Elden Ring, I played the game, no cutscenes or anything, which I like because I don't think it's that kind of game, man. You're there for the gameplay. So I'm out there slaying monsters left and right. Then I get to this like witch boss. It's like this girl with like she has a hat like Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And like I kicked her ass, right? But before I kick her ass, she's like, "You are here, chosen one," and I'm like, "All right, explain to me what the hell's going on," right? And she just speaks in riddles, and like unless you've read the item descriptions of everything up until that point, you're going to be confused. So I'm like, all right, maybe when I murder her, she'll tell me what's going on in a dying breath. Then she doesn't. She attacks me. I beat her. And then she like provides a service. She can like reset your points. You know what? I just kicked you out. Why are you attacking me then, right? I didn't understand why she attacked me. I didn't understand why I attacked her. And I didn't understand why I didn't murder her in the end. None of it made any sense, right? Now, I'm sure some of you were thinking, well, if you found like the penis of the archdragon and you read the lore, you'd learn that the penis of the archdragon was used to fuck all the werewolves out of existence, and then out came this woman, right? Maybe that would make sense. But in the context of a trailer, you know, I need to know what the hell's happening. They're like, oh, Mikola this, and she didn't have his warmth anymore. Who is he? Explain to me, motherfucks. Maybe they will, who knows?
We choose to follow.
Chose to follow what?
Will you walk with us?
You gotta be shitting me. Walk with us? Walk with us where? I learned nothing from that trailer. All that trailer showed was, and it's not over, so I'm gonna give it a chance, but all that trailer showed was there was some sort of battle, some dragon-looking some bitch started eating people, and then Michaela like lost the blessings of the sun, and then we chose to follow. Are you gonna come with us? Gee, I don't know. Where the fuck are we going? Imagine if this was the real world, if a bunch of weirdos came out and they're like, yeah, we're gonna follow. You wanna come with? The first thing you'd ask is, where the fuck are we going? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right. No, that's like in 1 month. Okay, good. I'll probably still play it because I want, you know, the game was entertaining. It was playable at least. That's it. Is that the trailer? Great. Pre-order now. Fantastic. All right, so there you have it, guys. I don't have much more to say about this, but I think the trailer spoke for itself. We didn't see any gameplay because it is a story trailer, but I will say this. The trailer itself, clearly there's high production value, so that's a good, predictor for how good DLC will be. They probably did put some effort into this. Now, insofar as the story goes, I could give a shit, right? Nothing was revealed. Nothing was illuminated. I don't care. If you want to go watch 3-hour documentaries on what the fingernail must symbolize, be my guest. You know what I'm saying? But this game is not there for its story. I beat it. It took me like 80 hours. I beat a bunch of things that were side content as well, right? I died a lot of times, I'll be honest, and I enjoyed it. But the philosophy behind this game had nothing to do with what I was watching or what, I was playing, right? I only cared about 2 things, and that is you can pick the game up and play for a couple of hours and get to the next checkpoint, or, grind a little bit here. I don't like grinding, but, you do it in this game just naturally, kind of, right? So it's like you can pick it up and play it, and that was the beauty of this game. But beyond that, right? Beyond that, it's like the storyline like nobody cares about the storyline, right? I walked around, I see this giant turtle thing, I kill it. That's you're trained in this game to basically, if you see it, just kill it, right? So I kill the turtle by stabbing its leg, right? Then the turtle opens up into a temple, and you go in there, and it's like, oh, you can like sacrifice something. And I'm like, okay, great. I have no interest in knowing what the origin of this turtle is. I'm just going into this world being like, all right, there's giant turtles with like bells and temples on them. It is what it is. So this trailer is a bit more of that. Nothing really crazy going on here, but let's see. The game might be amazing, motherfucks. We're going to wait and see. This was your first. This will go down in history as the haters' first ever reaction. We're going to do a lot more of these because I really enjoyed it, motherfuckers. With that being said, take care of yourselves and fuck you.